Welcome back, friends, to another episode of Should We Unpack This? Episode 3, my favorite number.
Is it?
It is my favorite number.
Oh, why didn't I know that?
I feel like this will be a good one.
This will be a good one. I'm so excited for it. And it's been, I don't know, every time we do an episode, I'm just like, I look forward to it so much. So,
Same.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this week. And what is our topic, Lainey?
Our topic is we're going to be talking about or unpacking careers. So we're going to do a bit of like, what do we call it? Sorry, my mind is going blank all of a sudden. The pressure. We're going to be talking about what we wanted to be when we were younger versus what we actually are now in today's time. And
This should be interesting.
It should be interesting, and I've been thinking about it a lot this past week of like what I want to talk about and some of the jobs that I've had leading up to like where I am today and how that's so different from when I was like, we can go through different age
I
groups
didn't even
too.
think, yes.
Because
We
you know
should
it
go
changes.
through, like, all our jobs. That'll be interesting.
Or even like what we thought we would be when we were 8 versus 15 versus 20, and
Changed
see how
all the time.
all the time. So, yeah.
Love it. I'm excited. How has your week been?
My week has been okay.
Just okay? Let's
Just
unpack
okay. I mean, being an adult is just a thing. And then
Adulting
and then caring for small children is also
also hard.
a thing.
We're just trying to care for ourselves here.
Yeah, and teach
As
ourselves.
well as another little bean.
Yeah, so that's a whole other episode all in itself, I think. But
100%.
life
Yeah.
is a journey, and yeah, every week is a new chapter, I guess.
Every week is a new chapter. We're writing quite a long novel.
Oh, yes, we are. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. It's been fun, though. This week has been, our first episode came out the last time we recorded, our second episode. And so this week has been watching like how our first episode's been doing, and it's been fun, and posting some more things and seeing people engage with us. That has been super fun too. Thank you everyone who answered our little question box on Instagram.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
That was
exciting.
exciting.
I wasn't sure anyone was going to reply.
Same.
I was like, they don't reply, we'll just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
People did. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And thanks for all of your support for, watching our first episode.
Yes.
I know we kind of touched on it in our second episode, which will be coming out tomorrow, I guess.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. And, but just like how, our first episode, we had a lot to learn. And I know I went into it a bit more like, I know exactly what I'm doing. As I do with most things in life. But I just really love to be humbled, I think, is what it is. So, yeah, I just really appreciate all of the support and feedback and just, like, great messages that we've been hearing from people that we may have not heard from in a while. So that's been really fun.
That's been the funnest part is, like, hearing from those people that, it's been years for some of them. And it's just so cool that they're, like, still out there and like want to talk to us.
Yeah, with the care. So nice.
It just feels good.
Yeah,
Thanks everyone. So yeah, let's jump into it, I guess.
Let's do
Maybe
it.
we'll start with what we wanted to be, like the first thing we remember we wanted to be. What's the first thing you remember that you wanted to be when you grew up?
Yes. I would just like to preface this with Free Willy was really big when I was growing up. And I loved that movie. I wanted to be like one of those trainers or a marine biologist or something like that. I, at the time, didn't know what those were called. So I was like, I wanted to be somebody who worked with the whales to do like the cool like tricks and moves with them.
Gotcha.
So that was my dream job, was to work with orcas specifically.
Specifically orcas.
Specifically orcas.
Okay.
Nothing else. I just really wanted a pet whale, honestly.
Great.
Yeah.
Love that. Should we say what we are now, or should we save that?
Let's save it.
Okay, cool.
The big unveil. What about you? What was the first job you remember?
The first job I remember was being a teacher. And my poor sisters, during summer, during every downtime we had together, I would create lessons. I would grade them. They would be in school all their downtime. For that, I apologize now that I think back. But at the time, it was a lot of fun. At least I was having fun. I'm not sure if they would say they were having fun, but I would like create assignments. I loved grading their papers. I'm like, you failed on that one, but try again next time.
It really doesn't surprise me. I can 100% picture you being like, okay, class, girls, listen.
Actually, yeah.
Their assignment is late. So
yes. I have 2 younger sisters, so that tracks. But yeah, it was a teacher.
Okay, a teacher.
Yeah, that was the first one. There were many more along the way, but
yeah. Along with wanting to be a whale trainer, I also wanted to be a veterinarian. I had a whatever you call it, a spout where I wanted to be a veterinarian because I love.
Well, I feel like
animals.
those align.
Yeah. And I'm not even low key. I'm just obsessed with dogs.
Yes.
Specifically. Well, like, and horses and basically any animal I will love. But you know that I feel like this will be my thing where I'm like, do you remember that meme? I feel like I've said that a few times now, but where it's like, I come over, like, when I'm that person who is like, no, I want your dog to bother me. When people are like, their dog comes up to you, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, I want this
Don't apologize
to happen. Yeah. I want the dog to bother me. Don't stop it.
I love
I'm
that
person. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I could see that for you.
Yeah, a veterinarian.
Cool.
I feel like I had a teacher spout in there too. I feel like in elementary school,
like most people have a teacher spout.
Yeah, it's very much a thing, and I wonder if that's because that's what you see a lot of your day.
Jobs that you're exposed to. I know my daughter says right now she wants to be a teacher, so I'm like, yep, that tracks.
Interesting. Yeah. I feel like my stepson has said that something similar to me too, that about wanting to be a teacher.
It's that age.
It is.
Interesting.
They're like, I want to tell people what to do. I
want to do that.
I want to, lead this class.
Maybe it's a control thing.
Maybe.
It probably definitely was for me.
Same. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What about in high school? What was so evolved from teacher?
Oh, okay. Yes. It evolved.
Okay.
So probably around grade 8, I wanted to be a model.
Oh.
And I did a whole presentation for my parents on why they should allow me to become a model.
How did that go?
It did not go well.
No?
But I put the time and effort in. I researched the modeling agencies. I remember doing like this whole, it probably wouldn't have been a PowerPoint at the time because we did not have a computer yet. But it was probably a poster board. Yes, you know what? I think it was a poster board. And it was like cutouts from magazines and like, this is why you should let me and like blah, blah, blah. My parents were like, they indulged me for sure.
That's nice. For
like at least 30 minutes.
Wow.
And then they were like, And then they were like, absolutely not. And my dreams were dashed, Lainey.
Sad.
It was sad.
What kind of model did you want to be? Like a high fashion? Was that the goal?
It was maybe not even high fashion. Maybe even just like low fashion,
Like in the Sears catalog?
Yeah. Sears was a thing back then.
It was. Yeah.
And so I would have really taken anything. But I was shut down and I was shut down hard. And we had to pivot from there.
Where did you pivot to?
Well, make sense of this. I pivoted to a police officer. I feel like those go hand in hand.
I mean,
I was like,
teacher,
I can't be
model.
I can't be a model. I'll be a cop.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, how about you?
Me in high school, I went through a chef phase where,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm like,
I could also see that for you. You made me some good meals back in the day.
Oh, thank you. I'm good for like maybe a handful of meals, but cooking is not my thing. I don't enjoy it at all.
Either.
Like I do it because it's a necessity to like live, but
sure.
I don't enjoy that environment. And thankfully, in high school, I was in a program where you could like work in the cafeteria, like in the kitchen. So that was part of it, right? And the chef that led that class, he got me a job at a golf course in the kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was like my first real job was working in a kitchen at a golf course. So we would do like the banquets, the weddings, like whatever sort of event was happening, we would cook food for those people. And it is high stress. And it is hot. And there was a lot of potatoes that needed to be peeled, and you had to like cut the parsley till it was like dust.
No.
It was a thing. And I had to be the person to wear like the chef's like the big hat and go and carve the roast.
Like
at the carving station. I had to do that.
I can't.
And I was like, I don't know, like 15, 16.
Wow.
Yes, it was a thing. And then I remember one time I had to like man an omelet station. I don't know how to cook an omelet, but they were like, yeah, just go for it.
You'll be fine.
No problem. You got this. And I like lit somebody's omelet on fire and I'm like trying to blow it out. It was a thing, but they thought it was great. Like it was part of it. And I just leaned into that so hard. Oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, flambe.
You're like this. I'm just pretending to burn this omelet for your entertainment.
This fire was on purpose, but it was not.
Gosh.
So yeah, the whole chef thing, that died real fast when I got to experience. And I'm glad I got that experience because it really, really knocked me into reality real quick. So
you're like, this is not for me.
This is definitely not for me. I do not wish to be a part of this ecosystem any longer. People are too mean. You have to have like a thick skin. They like, I don't know. Anyways.
I wouldn't thrive there.
No.
Not in the cooking part, not in the thick skin part. It would just be a mess for me.
Yeah, it was bad. So the chef dream died pretty quick. And then, what was another thing? I think like in my later years of high school, everybody was like, we're going to be journalists. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to be a journalist too. I had no idea what that meant. I don't know. But you did like
it sounded cool.
It did. And it was what everybody was doing. And I would not be left behind. So a journalist I shall be.
Like, journalist it is.
But I think like when I reflect back on it, I always thought I'd work in an office. I didn't know exactly like what I would be doing. But I always thought, I'm going to get that corner office with the nice view and be some like corporate power person or whatever.
Corporate power person.
Yeah, like a power woman with my power suit and, just rock that corporate world because that's, in my mind. I didn't know exactly like what I would be doing, but I knew I would be working in an office of some kind.
Mm-hmm. See, I never thought that. And well, you'll find out later where I am now. But okay, yeah. Mine was very much then the cop phase.
So, what took you out of the cop phase, though? Like, how did you move on from that?
So, I studied criminology at SFU out of high school. Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is my path. And I did the whole application process through the RCMP, and I ended up failing. I think I failed the physical test like 3 times just because of this one machine that's called the push-pull machine. And back in the day, I was really like skin and bones, and I did not have a lot of muscle, which, like, in hindsight, if I wanted to be a cop, I really should have worked on that. But I was like I'm like, my cardio's great, I'll be fine. So there's like this part in the test, the pair, which is like the physical test for the RCMP, where you have to like pull 80 pounds. And I just kept failing that part of the test. And I think you're only allowed to take it 3 times. And the last time I failed by 2 seconds. And I was so upset. I was so upset, lady. I was like, I did it. But I failed by 2 seconds. And then I was like, is this what I want to do? So I think there's like a waiting period till you can reapply. And I think like that's where I got thinking if this is what I really want to do. And mind you, I was very young at the time. I think I was like 18 when I did this. 18 or 19.
I remember this though.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it was around 1920.
Yeah, okay, maybe. My brain.
Because I remember when...
My memory is not amazing, but...
It's okay. That's why we have each other. To remember for each other.
You're like, you were 19.
You're a liar. I'm just kidding.
But yeah. So I think I just kind of took that as a sign, maybe, at the time. And I was like, time to move on.
Right.
And from there, it went to fashion. So I'm like, what do I really enjoy? And I'm like, I really enjoy fashion. I enjoy everything about fashion. I enjoy outfits. I enjoy looking at fashion. So yeah, then we went hard into fashion. Into where I did I have a fashion marketing diploma.
Yeah.
And am I in fashion today? No. But
I mean, not for your career, but I must say,
not for my career.
You do have a good eye for fashion.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I always admire
more...
your outfit choices and how you put together outfits.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So it is just more of a passion now than a career, which is what I thought it would be and what I studied for. But alas, that is not where I am. So yeah, we've taken some turns.
Yeah.
We've taken some turns over the years.
We have. I did not know what I wanted to do when I graduated high school. So I just went straight into the workforce and worked retail for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we do our jobs? I feel like that would be fun.
We can do our jobs. I feel like I kind of already started that, sort of.
Yeah, I guess you did.
Yeah, that's okay. Do you want to start?
Oh, my first job?
Yeah.
Well, okay, my first job, I had my own babysitting business.
I love it so much. Did it have a name?
I was like, no. But I did have, like, I used to have this wooden desk in my room when I lived at home, and I had, like, all my files of all my clients. And I had, like, these little, like, sheets for each one of, like, the children's allergies and, like, preferences. And I would, like, file them by each, like, name of who I babysat for. Just so classic me.
I love it. You are your father's daughter.
Yeah, I am my father's daughter.
Yeah.
For sure,
so
for sure.
It's so good.
For sure. It is ingrained in me. But yeah, that was my first, like, business. Well, it was a business. I made money.
Yeah.
So that was my first job. And I think I started that at like 12 or 13, like as soon as you could get your babysitting course. I did the course, got certified, and went out into the world.
There you go.
And I enjoyed that. And then my second job, I guess, if you will, was McDonald's, where I lasted 1 month.
McDonald's?
Yeah, I lasted 1 month.
Okay.
And I was like, this is not the place for me.
No.
And then from there, I went into retail, which tracks with my passions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I worked at Mariposa.
Mariposa. Does anybody remember Mariposa? Oh,
right? That's a doozy.
Store. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first retail job.
Okay.
Mariposa.
That's fun. And then where'd you go
I was
from
like,
there?
I cannot work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And also those 50% off meals were killing me. And this is back when McDonald's, like a meal was like, what, $5?
Right.
I was like, $2.50 for a meal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Eating McDonald's
Sign
every
me up.
shift. But yeah, and then from Mariposa, should have pulled up my resume for this. I'm pretty sure I just did a bunch of hostessing jobs in restaurants. From there, I think I worked at Boston Pizza. I worked at Montana's. I worked at like this Mexican restaurant that's no longer there. I think they turned it into an SNL now. I think it was a bunch of hostessing jobs. And then from there, I went back to retail at Swimco,
No,
where I did a 6-month stint. No? No, wait. I worked at Morgan Creek Golf Course for a summer.
Yeah. What about your security job?
Oh my God! I forgot about that. I blocked that on my memory, lady.
Oh man,
That never happened.
because I think that's what you were doing.
That was my cop.
when we met.
That was my cop. Yes, that was my cop stint. And I was like, I'm going to be a security guard so I can become a cop.
Yeah.
I was like security guard for a year.
Yeah.
I like chased people. I was wild.
Know. That
I
was
had no
wild.
fear back then. No fear at that age. I'm just like, yeah. Like, I don't have any way to protect myself, but
My
you
flashlight.
cannot steal copper wire from here, sir.
Yeah, I will chase you out of here.
I was a security guard. And you know, I could never do that now. I was a security guard at 2 places. I think like a BC Hydro, whatever you want to call it. BC Hydro worksite, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
And I would flip-flop between that, where there was a lot of copper wire getting stolen, and then like a building in Burnaby, I think. And it was like a 24-story building, and I would have to walk through every floor. I worked night shifts, by the way, for everyone who's listening. I worked only at night. And I would have to walk every floor. Like, I'd take the elevator up and walk every floor down the stairs and like go through each floor. And like, who did I think I was? Like, what am I going to do if I run into anyone? Like, oh, you cannot be here.
You would outrun them.
I was like, probably.
Yeah.
But I was very ballsy and I like had no fear. And luckily nothing ever happened because I don't know how that would have went down. But yes, I did that for a year. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
I was like, this is a stepping stone to my police officer career, which then didn't pan out. But yes, I was a security guard, and from there, now I'm confused on timeline. I think
you were
and then
Simcoe.
Morgan. When did I work at Morgan Creek? That was only a summer, but I worked at Morgan Creek Golf Course in the pro shop.
Yeah, I remember that too.
That was somewhere in there. And then I went to Swimco, where I worked there for 6 months. And I was like, this is not the environment for me. Like, competitive sales, I don't thrive in. I'm not good at, like, competing with people for sales.
Right.
Nor really selling things, come to think of it. And then from there, I became a receptionist at a car dealership. And then the story goes from there. But what about you?
Interesting. Well, I was a chef. Not a chef, but
You were a chef
I was a chef.
and a roast carver.
The premium roast carver. That's what they called me.
Right.
I was in the kitchen, and then I took some time off to focus on my volleyball and basketball career in high school.
To recover from that job.
Yes. And then I went and got a job at Shoppers Drug Mart, which I loved.
Right.
Yes. I loved my Shoppers Drug Mart days. I don't know why, but I think because the schedule was so flexible and the people that I worked with were really nice. And I got to do like the lottery stuff.
Yeah.
Got like certified to like, I don't know, let people buy lottery from me, I guess.
Sure.
And then there's just like really cute like regulars that would come in that, you know, you get to start to know. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like a really cool good first experience for like having a first job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of those stores that was open 24 hours.
Oh.
Yeah. So the shifts went really late or started really early. So being out of high school, I switched to the day shift. And that was more of like, you know, more of like the quote unquote like lifers worked those shifts.
Yeah.
And that's where you would see like the regulars and whatnot. But
yeah,
I always enjoyed my time at Shoppers. And then I continued on in the retail world and worked at Sage Natural Wellness.
Right, you're
Aromatherapy
Sage.
world. Yeah.
Down in White Rock.
Yeah, down on the beach. So I did that with my sister. And yeah, that was an interesting time. Navigating the aromatherapy world, being down on the beach with White Rock, and it's a very like tight-knit community down there, or it was at the time. And I'm okay at sales. Like I have that personality, I guess, where
yes, I feel like you do.
Like talk to people and be like, oh, like I'm a little bit competitive too. So like circling back to my Shoppers Drug Mart days, like we would have to make announcements every like 20 minutes about like what was going on or whatever. There's like little scripts. And so I made it my life's mission to make sure that I hit every 20 minutes. I was on that PA system saying my lines about we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
We are here for you.
Always.
And don't you forget it.
Yeah. So, and then even, I think there would be like store competitions or whatever too at Sage where you'd have to hit certain sales targets or whatnot. So.
Right. Yeah. We had that at Swimco too.
Yeah. Do you remember, now they're quite popular, the nebulizers, like the little aromatherapy, like aroma genies or whatever, like
yeah.
little scent things.
Yeah.
So when I first started working at the store, we were told that those were not a good seller. And again, I made it my life's mission.
You're like,
like sell the pants off those things.
As of now they are.
Yeah. You're welcome, everybody. I'm just kidding. But for our store, like that was my go-to. Like it was everyone's leaving with a nebulizer and at least 2 diffuser blends.
I love that.
So that was fun. And from there, I desperately needed an office job because I was now determined to become an accountant because I started getting introduced to just standard bookkeeping. So I would help my sister with the books at Sage. And I was like, this is it. Like, I love it. I love balancing things to zero. I love reconciling things. Like I can always find the money. You just follow the money. Like it's very black and white in that sense. And I really enjoyed that. So I went to BCIT at night and was taking accounting courses. And I was like, this is the best. It was so great. Just the intro accounting courses, mind you. Nothing like whatever. And I was going to become like a CPA was my goal.
Right.
Yeah. And so I got a job in a very small office. Like it was me and one other woman. And then this man who ran these companies. Do you remember?
Right. Oh, I remember, lady.
The stories
I remember. I was waiting for this one.
Yeah, this job was definitely a wild one. Definitely an unorthodox job. So I was hired as an administrative assistant was what the job title was. And on my first day, they sat me down. They're like, oh, by the way, you're also this man's personal assistant.
By the way.
Pardon? I'm sorry, what? What does that mean? So I had
deception.
Yeah, and because the job market at that time was so rough, like it was basically like take anything you can get. Yeah. So I stayed and just for the office experience, like I just needed that on my resume. And I ended up learning a lot at that job in more ways than one.
Yeah.
But the personal assistant stuff was definitely added a lot of color to the job, I will say.
I just remember your stories.
Yeah.
Can you tell one? Do you have one off the top
I
of your
have
head?
so many. One that sticks out is he and his wife like to entertain, and he sent me to the liquor store to pick up some alcohol.
This is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, and at that time, like I wasn't a drinker of any, like I didn't drink alcohol at all at that time in my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to set the stage for everybody here. I drove a 1997 Volkswagen Golf. So a very small, me too, a very small vehicle. And he sent me to this liquor store with a very large list of all sorts of different kinds of liquor and boxed wine, and $1,500 to be exact.
Oh my God.
So I was loading I had multiple carts going through the store.
It was a lot of dollars back then, mind you.
Yes.
Like $1,500 of alcohol now versus then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get as much.
Yeah. And I was loading this all into my little Volkswagen Golf, and I'd drive to his house and be like, oh, hi, I'm here to drop off your alcohol
delivery.
Yeah. And then I drop it off and then drive home or go back to the office. Yeah. But that is where I learned like payroll and, bank reconciliations and more accounting principles from like the other woman who worked in the office who was actually going for her CPA and actively pursuing it. And so I stayed there for about a year and a half just because I didn't align with how this man conducted business. He wasn't a very, how do I put this? I know it sounds like I'm holding back, but I'm also just trying to be respectful of other people and their privacy.
Yes.
And I just didn't align with his business practices, is what I'll say.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, I had to, I remember one time he asked me to come to his house just to like let the window washers in because nobody was home. So I just had to like sit in his living room while people were washing the windows. Like, or
I mean, like, at least you're getting paid, but awkward.
yeah. Or I'd have to go pick up his children from the ferry terminal or drive them home or just take his like Land Rover down to Vancouver to go get serviced. It was just so many random, and the typical like pick up the dry cleaning and the chewing tobacco and
just a typical day.
Typical, just regular old stuff.
No.
So yeah, that job really was something special, and it did get me the office experience that I needed because from there I went into more of an accounting role. So I worked in accounts receivables at a construction company, construction supplier company. And from there, I worked up within the company, just as a regular like accounting clerk to like the team lead, to then working on special projects, to then doing like being a pricing manager. And so I was with that company for nearly 10 years.
Yeah, wild.
Until I left, which was hard. That was a hard decision. Because like, I think within our generation, we grew up with parents who stayed at their jobs forever. And like loyalty was something that I know was definitely demonstrated to me like from like my parents. And like my dad had stayed with the company he worked for basically like his whole adult life, right? So
yeah, same with my dad.
So being at that job where I had worked up and was like, oh, I'm making waves and having those conversations of like, this is their future. This is what we can offer you. Like, we really believe in you. And they even were like, you have to go back to school if you want to, move back up. And I'm not somebody who thrives in a school setting. That's why I never really pursued university. And I didn't pursue being an accountant, spoiler alert, because I saw the controller within the company and how stressed he was. And I'm like, nope, also not for me.
Doesn't look like how I want to live.
Yeah, this isn't my vibes.
Yeah.
So I pivoted from that, and I did get a business management certification a few years later. So I went to SFU and took night classes there. And I actually those.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I actually found those classes very interesting.
Yeah.
Because, oh no, I skipped something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, wait a second here.
Hang on.
You're missing something.
Let's backtrack. I was going to become an early childhood educator.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is what I was waiting for.
Yes. I forgot about that. That's so funny. I even took courses for that too.
Yeah, you did. That's why I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
I'm missing a whole school era here.
Yes, you're right. I got pretty far into that because I was also very passionate about teaching children.
Yeah.
And I thought like at their very primary level, I would be best suited for because I love kids. I think they're fun. Mm-hmm. And at that time I was like, oh, they're the most impressionable at such a young age that I think I can make the best impact then when they're in preschool.
Right. So
I took my ECE courses and got quite far along in there until I learned about the practicum. And there was no way financially that I could make that work because at that time, I was living on my own.
Yeah.
Just recently married and it just didn't work for my life at that time to not be paid and do a practicum or be paid very little.
It's very hard.
It is. Yeah. So I made the choice to kind of, move away from that. And then that's when I continued to grow within the organization. But I was so committed, Rochelle, to being an early childhood educator that I sat down with my manager at the time and was like, listen, I'm going to be leaving in September. And this was March. Okay. I'm going to be leaving in September. I'm doing these courses now. So just don't even worry about it. Like just heads up, being very straightforward with you. This is what I'm doing. And then that sneaky guy, he put me on this like new project that kind of just like had this grasp on me where I'm like,
he knew what he was doing.
I need to know more. I can't leave yet. I need to see how this is going to pan out because it was like a huge shift within the organization. So, wow. There I stayed for the next 7 years or something wild like that. That's crazy. It's crazy how like the life shifts, right? Where you kind of start off on one path and then, life kind of takes a slight right. You're like, okay, I guess I'll go into this direction. This feels good. And then, now we're going to take a hard left here and to kind of end up where you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild all the things we've invested in. And then we're just like, nah.
Yeah. This isn't for me.
But it takes a while to figure it out. And you know what? I still don't have it figured out. So
same.
We're still on that journey of what do we want to do with our lives? And it always feels like that clock is like ticking of like, you got to figure it out. But you know what? I think like, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have to figure it out. Maybe it's okay just not to know and try new things and see what you enjoy the most.
I think that's so important to try new things and to follow your intuition, honestly, because I've been in many situations within my career where I just went along with what people who I thought knew what's best for me.
Yeah.
And they're, you should pursue this opportunity. And at the time I was like, I don't know, this doesn't really seem like something I want to do. But I mean, I look up to you. You're kind of a mentor. Sure,
Yeah.
I'll go along with it. And I do it. And I immediately was like, this is not for me. This is not,
yeah,
like,
you
I could
gotta-
do it. I could be
Yeah.
successful at it, but I'm miserable.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. And it's like we spend so much of our time at work, like more time at work than at home. So, like, do we want to be miserable that
No.
much?
No.
But, like, I feel like a lot of us are. Because it's just like you got to pay the bills too. Like,
Yes. There's a
you
huge
know,
responsibility.
there's the reality of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, like, from my experience at least, I've unfortunately have had some tricky experiences with people who I thought were looking out for my best interests within a company, within a, like, the corporate world, we'll call it. And thankfully, I did actually have people within the organization that were honest with me and kind of like lifted the veil from my eyes.
Lucky.
And were like, this is what's actually going on, and you're being played.
Crazy.
And I remember that was such a defining moment for me in my career life of being like, okay, like, I guess no one's actually really looking out for me except for me. And that was, I think I was so naive in my way of thinking of being like, I need to stay loyal to a company because, you know, they're going to do right by me, but they're a business.
Well,
They're
and
going
I
to do
was
right
gonna
by
say,
them.
yeah. But I think a lot of businesses take advantage of people who think like that.
Yes.
They do. And it's sad. And
Yeah.
you got to watch out for the ones too that are like, we're a family. Mm-hmm. We're all a family here. Like, actually, we're not. You're paying me to do a job, and we're not a family. Like, at the end of the day, you will do what's best for the business, not what's best for me if it comes down to it.
Yeah. And that is like just the business world though,
Yeah.
right? Like, you can't, I don't know, save everybody. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard reality or a hard lesson to learn. But I think going through that hard and tricky time at that point in my career was a very defining moment for me.
Yeah.
And it actually gave me the courage to be like, you know what? There's other opportunities out there, and I'm going to go look for them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
We are finished.
Yeah. And it's like no amount of, oh, well, what if we did this and what if we did that? And like, you know,
It's gonna
when
keep
you
you
give
there.
your notice eventually, right? And, you know, they come back and now everything's possible. All the things that you've been asking for this whole time are now available.
Magically.
And it's like, well, no.
Too little, too late.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you do have the responsibility of, like you said, paying the bills and,
Yeah.
you know, maintaining your life,
Yeah.
taking care of your family and yourself, and
Just little things.
yeah, just little things like that. So, I don't know. That's my story.
Wow. Should we talk about what we do now?
Yeah.
The big reveal.
Ooh. I'm so curious. Like, what do people think that we do now? Rochelle's a model.
What do you
I'm just
think?
kidding.
Finally.
Dreams come
No.
true, everybody.
Unfortunately not. But yes, I'm not a model. I'm not a cop. I am an accountant. And both my parents are accountants. And guess what I did? I said never. I said I will never be an accountant. And look where I am.
Never say never.
In the accounting world. So once again, that lesson comes to bite you. But yeah, basically I started as a receptionist in a car dealership and just worked my way up. I went into accounting, I think, after a year and a half. And then from there, I went into like another level of an accounting job. So a year before I had my daughter, I became an assistant controller in the company. And then I went on mat leave for a year. And when I came back, they put me into a different position and then told me they would have a job for me. And I ended up becoming a full-fledged controller. And then that's what I've been doing ever since. But I was at that company for, I think, 12 years. And then I ended up switching companies recently. And yeah, still a controller, though.
Yeah.
Just living that controller life.
Living that controller life. Balancing to zero.
Balancing to zero. My bank rec is my greatest pride.
I mean, I love a good bank rec.
I love my bank rec. If there are any accountants out there, you'll know what I'm talking about.
You'll know exactly.
But yeah, not what I pictured for myself. But that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
What about you? What's the job, Lainey?
What's the job? That's a great question. I always, I never know how to describe my jobs, especially since what I went through a time where I was put into newly created roles. So trying to describe what I did at those times was like, ooh, like, I don't know what I call myself. So one of the newly created roles that I first got was revamping like pricing. And from that experience was project management, a lot of project management stuff that I had to do, a lot of presentations, a lot of getting people to buy into my ideas. So I learned a lot of skills. And through that, I realized that I really enjoy process improvement. So when I left that organization that I stayed at for nearly 10 years, I found a new opportunity. And at this point, I had already moved to Ontario. So I found a job in the media industry being a business optimization project manager.
Wow.
So that got me into really working with teams within the organization of like, how do you do your job? And why do you do it that way? And is there a better way? And because my tool of choice was Excel, I'm a huge Excel nerd, by the way. I would use my skill set in that to create like semi-automated solutions for them. So there's a lot of spreadsheet work, a lot of reports that people were doing manually and taking them hours and hours and hours. And then I would create a solution it would only take them minutes. And then from there, while I was working at that within the media industry, I got my project management certification, so my PMP, and I did do some project management work, and I do not enjoy it at all. But it was more like I was already so far in that I'm like, I just need to finish something. So I did that, and it also looks good like on a resume, right? So I did finish my PMP while I was working there, and I did do some project management within that organization, and I did not enjoy it because it's a lot of not problem solving, but more reassuring, like making sure people stay on track. And I am very much a problem solver. I need to be in it and like come up with solutions and whatnot. So then I found another job recently within the last year where I now work fully remote, which is honestly the best like experience ever. Yeah. Because I was having to go to the office like downtown Toronto. Yeah. And like from where I live, that's like a 3-hour round trip commute. No,
thank you.
I was slowly dying inside. So So the moving to being remote. So now I'm an operations systems analyst, which means that I am a problem solver. So I take the joyless work out of people's hands and automate it is what I try to do. Cool. Yeah. So I'm a quasi programmer, I guess. I'm not a very good one, I would say, but I'm trying. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey to get here, and not once did I ever think that I would do anything like this, but I really do enjoy it because I love a good process and I love breaking it down and understanding why it works and why it doesn't work. And honestly, I'm going to admit something that's probably like not the nicest thing to admit, but I like to prove people wrong. So
Ooh, okay. I mean, don't we all sometimes?
yeah. Like they're like, oh, this has to be done this way. Like, but why?
Does it though?
Does it? Or can it be done like this? And then bam.
Surprise.
So yeah. That's
So
what I
cool.
do now.
So not a marine biologist then.
No, I don't train orcas, sadly. Maybe one day.
Wild. Well, we put out on our Instagram a question for our listeners, which there are some out there. Yeah. And we asked what your childhood career dream was versus what you are now. So I thought we would read out a couple of them because there are some very interesting ones, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just read them out anonymously. But these were very fun, and I want to say again, thank you, because this was just so fun to like actually get responses. We were really worried like no one would respond or like care. So thank you for caring and responding. So one of them was someone said they wanted to be a mom. Cute. Versus dental assistant. So they are a dental assistant now. And they noted that you don't get paid to parent. Quite the opposite, actually.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cute. They did become their childhood dream, but they also had to get a job. So that one was cute. And then we had another listener say they wanted to be a cartoonist, but it turns out they're no good at drawing. And they are now a human design guide / brand strategist, which, you know, is kind of like creating, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Definitely telling stories.
Right?
But from
just not in the way they thought.
Exactly. Yeah. Not by drawing it out.
Cool.
Through pictures. Yeah.
We had another person say they wanted to be a lawyer, but they are now a director for a car company, actually. So also interesting.
Yeah.
We had a listener who's living their dream. They wanted to be a pilot, and they are a pilot.
There you go.
So
dreams do come true.
For you.
Yeah.
Dreams do come true, people. We had another person say they wanted to be a big-time movie director, and today they're making videos for small businesses.
Small-time movie director.
Maybe one time a big-time movie director.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah. You never
Maybe. Know. There's still hope. There's still time. Another listener said a marine biologist. Ooh, close to you. But they're now a visual merchandiser / store designer. Also went in a different direction.
Yes. I mean, Free Willy was big at the time. I would like to
Free Willy was
so maybe they also watched it.
They also watched it.
Yeah.
Maybe. And it didn't pan out.
No.
And then another one said a pro soccer player, but they're now a teacher. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, a pro soccer player, that would be cool. And then another one said they wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. One of the members of the Ninja Turtles.
I love that.
Unfortunately, that one did not pan out, and they became an insurance agent. But
I mean, it happens.
Way to dream.
Yeah.
I love that one. That one's cute.
love how when we're younger, we dream so
anything's
big.
Possible. Yes, anything's possible.
So how do we get that back?
How do we get that back? Does anyone know?
Yeah. There's one question
Tell us
that
your secrets.
I feel like we kind of did this was like a fun, kind of series of how we got to where we are, like the different thoughts and ideas we had behind our careers. But with all of your experience, this is like a question that just like popped up in my mind as you were going through your CV, if you will. What are some important lessons you learned through each of those, like working at Swimco versus being a security guard versus starting as an accountant? Like what what are some defining moments or key takeaways that you've got from those experiences?
I don't know. I think I've learned a lot of like what I don't enjoy maybe by trying so many things. I think from like retail and working in the restaurants, I learned a lot of like customer service skills, which always come handy, I feel like, no matter what you're doing. I think it helped like put me in a trajectory of what I don't want to do. But I don't even know that I got like lessons from all of them.
Okay.
What about you?
I think I learned how to stand up for myself more within those environments. Because at least in like the construction world, it's very male dominated. And I was I started in that world very young and very trusting. And as I grew up in that, like I always thought like, oh, I grew up in that company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to finally come to the decision to be like, no, I'm choosing me actually and not the organization. You know what I mean? That felt like a very pivotal moment in my life.
I feel like I learned that from my previous job. Like some things happened and a lens was open. It almost felt like the Wizard of Oz. When you find out the wizard is just like a man behind the, you know, like all the theatrics and everything. And there was like a certain thing that happened at that job that just like, I was like, wow, so this is like really what's going on. And like really, like you were touching on earlier, like how the company at the end of the day is there for themselves. And that job was very much a learning lesson for me in like work-life balance.
Yeah.
I like worked myself to the bone at that job and like didn't get what I felt was like the acknowledgement or the thanks or the gratitude from the company at the time. There was just no work-life balance. Like I would be working 12-hour days a lot of the time just to get the work done. And the support wasn't there, I felt like, when you asked for it.
Right.
And I didn't feel like the acknowledgement or the gratitude was there. And I'm very much like a words of affirmation person where like I need that. And my current boss knows that about me and is very good at acknowledging that and like I would say making me feel like my work and like the effort and time I put in is acknowledged. Whereas at the company previous where I was for so long, I didn't get that.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I was like, why did I work myself to these extents for so long with like nothing in return, really?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like wild when you look back on it. And like now I have that balance and it just feels better, but I don't know why.
Well,
I did learn that from the last one.
yeah. At least there's like lessons learned. And I think that's important in life to
That was a big one.
always reflect back on some tough situations and being like, okay, what are my takeaways from this to help me in the future? So hopefully I don't have to encounter a situation like this. Or if I do, I know how to handle myself in a more productive way. That's just what I was kind of thinking about of like, how do we unpack this a little bit more?
Right? Go a little bit deeper on this one.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a fun, like, to re-journey it all.
Yeah, a trip down memory lane of how far we've come.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, still learning. I would say still, like, I don't know. Trying to figure out, like, that dream job, I would say, for me. Like, what do I want to be doing that I would really, like, enjoy, ultimately?
Yeah.
And how do I get there?
Right.
So still a work in progress.
Yeah, I think that's healthy, honestly. Like I feel the same way of if I were presented with a new opportunity, like what would be my ideal opportunity?
Right?
You know? So it's I think when you're so in your everyday and stuck in the routine of it all, it's hard
Yes.
to kind of separate and think what skills do I have that aren't related directly to this specific task?
Right.
You know what I mean? So like a bank
Mm-hmm.
rec, it's not just like being able to like reconcile to zero.
Yeah.
It's more of like an investigative
And
like
doing
skill.
investigation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You would be a great PI, by the way.
I would love to be a PI. Maybe this will be my next job.
There you go. Anybody need an investigator?
Anybody need a private investigator? Because I am good.
You're very good. I can confirm.
Right?
Highly recommend. Highly recommend
Thank
working
you.
with Rochelle.
I love investigating things.
Yeah. It's so good. So I think like that's like, you know, off the top of my head for what we were just talking about, like an investigative skills. And I think people when they're trying to look for opportunities, I don't have any of these things that this job is looking for. But if you have somebody else look at it for you and kind of like, well, actually,
Yeah,
you do
like
tick
kind of like
majority of
zoom
the
out.
box. Yeah.
And like look at it from a different point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
So true.
So
Great point.
thanks.
Okay.
Cool. Well, this was fun. Hopefully
This was fun.
Yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed kind of our trip down memory lane. Maybe it's like ignited something in you of like, oh, what have I done throughout my life and what have my jobs been, and just kind of like bring you back to those times of when dreaming was endless, almost like the world was your oyster. And a part of me kind of wants to like harness that again, because I think that when you're so in the adultness of life, of all the responsibilities, I know for me, I've kind of lost a bit of that magic of anything is possible.
Yeah.
Right? So this has been a good exercise to be like, if I could.
Could do anything.
If there was
and money was
anything.
no object.
Yeah. And neither was time. Money and time were no objects.
Money and time were not objects. What would I be doing?
do? Yeah. And I think a result of that dreaming in a very small way has like the result of that I can't talk, is this podcast. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Where it was kind of a fun idea. And then we're like, let's just try
Just do it.
Let's try it and see what happens.
Yeah.
So maybe this is your sign, just to try it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Possibly. If you feel comfortable with it. No pressure at all. Maybe just try the scary thing.
And let us know
Yeah.
what happens.
I love that.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us. If you did, we appreciate it. And we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Share some thoughts on the episode, what's going on in your life, maybe some things this sparked up for you. We would love to hear them.
Have there been any defining moments within your career that have changed your trajectory of where you are today? We would love to know. So let us know.
Let us know.
Tell us now.
Okay.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Share with us. Cool. All right, everyone. Well, we love you. We miss
We
you.
miss you.
And
And we hope you watch us again soon.